Hello, and welcome back, friends and enemies. Today I'm going to be back with another episode of Moral Orel. This time it'll be on Season 2, Episode 13, Turn the Other Cheek. This episode begins with Orel enjoying Pezbo the Clown's Big Top LP, which comes with a slideshow for the kids to view the clown repeatedly hitting his assistant while singing a jolly song about turning the other cheek and how you yourself should turn the other cheek. Some of the more concerning lyrics, other than the straight abuse on this track, is show the world how fun you are by simply acting weak, and inherit all the world someday because you will be the meek. Now this is in reference to the Bible verse of the meek shall inherit the world, but in this case it's promoting an almost masochistic message to the children, where it is pretty much encouraged for them to get hit by other people to prove just how meek they are, and that they will be rewarded for doing so. And I'm sure you can all guess how Orel ends up taking this message. Interestingly enough, that day in woodshop, Orel makes a new paddle for his dad to spank him with, so his pants won't fall down. This is interesting because it seems like Orel is not afraid of the spankings he gets, like most children would. It's almost like he sees it as a good thing. This is shockingly similar to how Clay himself felt that his existence was only validated by his father when he would smack him. And in some twisted way, he saw his father hitting him as a way of his father showing love. With Orel seemingly happy to help his dad hit him, to an obviously less cruel extent, as Clay's father did. That got me thinking that Orel also sees his father's physical discipline as a sign of affection. But anyway, when Orel gets punched by a bully, he seems ecstatic to be given the chance to turn the other cheek, and actually points to his face in a very similar way to what Clay does in his infamous bar rant. But while Clay did that for some type of validation of his existence, Orel does it so he can teach others about Christianity. His mother seems not to care when he comes home with 2 black eyes, while Orel gleefully states that he had a great day and was able to turn the other cheek. Then follows a montage of Orel getting bullied and punched while the Turn the Other Cheek song plays, his physical condition getting worse and worse as it goes on, being literally covered in blood. His mother only becomes concerned once most of Orel's shirt is covered in blood. She asks Clay to take care of the situation. He seems not to care about his child's blood-soaked clothes or the fact that his wife has to do daily laundry because of this. No, he only seems to care when she states that she will have to spend more of their money on laundry detergent. That's when Clay starts to consider the situation serious. Clay goes outside to talk to Orel, ignoring him once again, trying to tell him that the child that he thinks is shapy isn't shapy, and just goes to complain to him that his blood-stained clothes have forced his mother to speak to his father. Clay tells Orel that the phrase turn the other cheek is being used all wrong, and that it's meant to be in reference to verbal insults. He then tells Orel that God doesn't want him hurt, and that he needs to defend himself, and then makes the mistake of telling Orel that he needs to defend himself before trouble starts, all the while ignoring the mechanical punching device that's strapped to his son's face, and basically tells him to fight his bully, and there will be a chance for the bully to turn his other cheek. And Orel believes it will be similar to teaching a person about the Bible. And once his father tells him how a fist is just one hand praying by itself, we hear an angelic sound signifying that Orel has unlocked the holy hands. The next day, Orel goes to school to see his friend Dowie being bullied, and then proceeds to beat the bully with a punch and a kick while all the other kids cheer for him. We then get a montage of any time that Orel sees another person making a fist, even in a non-violent matter, he just beats them ruthlessly. It doesn't matter who they are. He beats a girl playing tetherball, an old man praying at church, a kid playing baseball, his best friend when playing rock, paper, scissors, heck, even a cat. But it all becomes a problem only at the point when he does it to his mother when she is cleaning the house, and his dad walks in saying his name, grabbing the paddle that actually Orel made from earlier in the episode. I like that detail, which then Orel uses to further assault his dad and beat him with it until it breaks over the side of his father's head. They end up in Clay's study, as these episodes usually do, and then Orel prepares for a spanking, but his dad just says to forget it. Orel thinks that it's because his father is giving up on him, leading back to what I said earlier about him possibly relating the physical discipline with love, like Clay did with his father. But Clay just states that no, he's not giving up on Orel because then he wouldn't be a father, only a husband, and how worthless that would be. Plus he goes on to state that Orel did indeed follow his advice, and that if he punished them, it would be admitting that he was wrong. No, he tells Orel that he only called him here so it would seem like he's doing his job as a father to his mother. Orel then says how he loves him and goes to hug him, while Clay doesn't say I love you. He just says sure do and takes another drink. Then the episode ends with Clay saying that they have about 1 minute left in there, and they both idly wait there in silence. Clay failing to be a father and Orel being blissfully ignorant. Now I think this episode shows how, one, Clay doesn't really have any other tools in his parenting handbook besides physical discipline. And once Orel proves that he can beat his father in a fight, he basically does give up on Orel. This episode also shows the impracticality of constantly being meek and how not standing up for yourself leads to further abuse. That being said, standing up for yourself can also be taken too far as shown in this episode, so as usual, moderation is key. I think this episode did a good job of exploring how physical discipline is viewed in the Puppiton household, with Clay himself thinking that it was a sign of affection from his father, and that seems to be passed down to his son Orel, seeing it the same way. But that's all for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to comment down below about other episodes you want me to talk about. I'd really appreciate the support, so if you left a like on this video and subscribe to my channel, it would mean a lot. I'm a small growing channel, so any support at all helps, and I appreciate it all. And until next time, I'll see you.